The phone buzzed again, 3 in a row. Each ping felt like a hammer tapping on a cracked window. "We just need you at our wedding for closure." Her name flashed, familiar and poisonous. 4 years. 4 years since I found the texts, the photographs, the smell of her perfume still clinging to someone else. I stared at the screen. My fingers hovered, poised for a reply. I didn't need to think. No thanks. Silence. The kind that wraps around your bones and refuses to let go. Then came her friends, quiet messages, almost timid. "Are you okay with her marrying him?" Something in their tone, nervous, trembling, made me curious. Not enough to reply, not yet, just enough to notice. My daughter-in-law's voice shattered the pause days later. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." I let her shout. I let the words hang in the air. I replied, "Enjoy." I remembered the day I caught her, the corner of the cafe, shadows flickering, the look they gave each other, the one that was supposed to be reserved for me. 4 years of silence, yet the betrayal carved itself into my skull like a frozen knife. At first I questioned myself. Did I misread it? Was I paranoid? No. The photographs were indisputable. The texts were explicit, their laughter in the background. I replayed it over and over, like a pendulum ticking against the walls of my mind. Her new fiancé, or was he still just the same friend, sliding into her life, laughing behind my back? The lines blurred, and I realized the cruelty wasn't just in the act, it was the audacity of the lies. And yet, life moved on. I moved on. But something lingered, dormant, a seed of reckoning planted in silence. I watched quietly. Subtlety became my weapon. Phone records, old email chains, social media footprints. Everything was a breadcrumb trail, every small interaction a clue. I did not ask questions aloud. I did not confront. I observed. Every piece of evidence tightened the loop. I traced the vacations, the weekend getaways, the phone calls at odd hours. Every message she thought I would never see, archived and logged. I created an algorithm in my mind. I calculated, predicted, weighted. It became almost ritualistic, checking details, confirming suspicions, understanding patterns. She lived thinking I had forgotten. She thrived thinking the past had died quietly. But she did not know the storm brewing inside me, controlled, measured, a slow, cold crescendo. The truth arrived like a whisper I had been anticipating. DNA results, confessions in hushed texts, everything aligned. The child she claimed was his, not. I held the evidence like a scalpel, precise, cold, clinical. When I confronted her, it was with serenity. Handing over the files, I asked a simple question. "Explain." Her face fell. Panic flitted in her eyes, but she masked it with defiance. I saw through it. Every tremor, every micro-expression, a confession she couldn't speak aloud. The man, her so-called fiancé, crumbled the second he saw the documents. His laughter died in his throat. I stayed calm, my voice quiet, my hands steady, my gaze unwavering. Truth doesn't need noise. It doesn't need theatrics. It suffocates quietly, and it suffices. Weeks later, I posted a few images. My villa in Switzerland, my life rebuilt, opulent but quiet, a sanctuary of calm control. My phone rang 71 times, her voice unsteady, frantic. Why? How? I let it ring. Her friends, the same ones who had whispered in fear, now called, begging, pleading. I had never responded to them. I didn't need to. The seed of doubt, of fear, had already rooted itself. And when my daughter-in-law mocked me again over the phone, I let her words pass. "Enjoy," I said, and she did. They saw the life I had constructed without them. The truth, they never thought I could rise beyond betrayal, yet I had. And the psychological devastation, that was my art. Watching the greedy, arrogant, deceitful crumble under the weight of their own choices, knowing I had orchestrated it without a scream, a fight, or a spectacle. They had built their world on lies. I had built mine on calculated silence. I sipped my coffee, looking at the snow draped over the Alps, my mind uncluttered, my soul untouchable. No reconciliation, no tears, no lingering pain, only clarity. Betrayal leaves scars, but it also leaves lessons. I closed my phone. The world kept calling, but I had answered only once, on my terms. And in that moment, I realized the ultimate victory. They were broken, and I was free.